Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Darren. I hope you all are well and having a good stitchy week. So today I'm going to be doing a stitch with me on London, which is a Thea Gouverneur piece. This is on 18 count black Aida, and it's 1/1 full cross as per the instructions. So this is where we're up to at the moment. So let's get zoomed in. Now hopefully I can do this okay. I don't have to get the light pad out, but we'll see how we go. So I'm starting here. I'm hoping you can see this colour thread. You should be okay. I'm also keeping an eye on the weather as well, because I have the washing out and it looks like it's going to, well, we're forecast to get showers today. So if I all of a sudden disappear, you know why. Means it started raining and I've run outside. So if you watched my last update, you'll know that I've now enrolled in college. So September is going to be a very busy month for me while I get the hang of doing my stitching and my videos and my college work. So it's going to be fun. But it's going to be enjoyable, hopefully. I don't mind doing studying. So, update for you. The boss is still working with me. They've still not fixed his truck. I swear to God, he's trying to kill me off. So, as you remember, last week I mentioned about this saw that we had to get down off the roof, shed roof. Well, that saw is now in, and we've been doing bits of work on that because the boss wanted to try it out, and oh my goodness, I will not be using that saw. It's so lethal. Well, it looks lethal anyway. I had the boss and one of the other guys who's been there a long time working it, and I was just stacking the wood that they were cutting, and oh my God, the amount of times one of them nearly lost their fingers or something like that. It's a table saw, so they just push the wood across. It's like, yep, I'm not working on that one, thank you very much. So yeah, it's definitely a lethal piece. And I forgot my scissors again. Give me just 2 seconds. So I'm not going to do any pin stitches on this today. I'm just going to end the thread. With the Thea Gouverneur pieces, I don't know how much extra floss you get. And this one, with this cut, I have to do a little bit of jumping around, so I'm just going to end it every time. So, there we go. So yeah, but with work as well, we seem to be running out of wood a bit as well. I don't seem to be getting much in. I don't know if this is due to other lockdowns that are happening down south. Or what, I'm not 100% sure, but we're not getting an awful lot of wood in, but we don't have an awful lot left. Hopefully, if it stays that way, they'll give us paid time off, but I'm guessing they won't. They'll have us in doing something or other. Hopefully the boss won't be around much longer either in the shed. Yesterday, I actually got a day without him, so it's Saturday today, so Friday I actually got a day without him. He went to have a look at a new truck. So hopefully he gets that soon, and then I don't have to worry about working with him. His truck is getting fixed, so what's happening is he's getting a brand new truck. The truck that he broke, which is now getting fixed, will be going to Shane. And Shane's truck, they will be part Xing for the new truck. Because Shane's truck is the oldest, it's 18 years old, I think they said. So yeah, Shane was hoping to get a new truck, but now the boss gets a new truck. And I've given him 2 weeks from getting the new truck till he's damaged it in some way or other. The boss has a habit of wrecking trucks. On the truck that's getting fixed at the moment, other than blowing the engine up, he has smashed the steps off the side for getting in and out of the cab. He's actually run into people's cars with it. He's on his third engine, from what I understand. So yeah, he goes off at us for not looking after equipment, even though our equipment lasts a lot longer than his does when he's driving a truck. So we will see how long it goes before he damages it first. So hopefully it's not going to be too long before he gets his truck. Depends. Over here sometimes they have to make the trailer for the truck, or the bed for the truck. So it depends if he's picked one that's got one already pre-made, or if he's getting them to make one. So fingers crossed it will be done pretty quick and it'll be out the shed. Not saying that, next week I've got really easy timber to do, so no matter how fast the boss goes, because no doubt he'll be on my sorry again, no matter how fast he goes, it'll be easy to keep up because you get one cut out of each piece of wood, so you can't just ram them through like he normally does, which will be good. One, two, three, four, five, six. I don't know how far I've got to count down on this one, so you may have to bear with me hearing me counting in probably a fair bit. One. And hopefully you can still see this. The sun's kind of just disappeared again. So, like I say, as you're aware, it was my mum's 70th birthday on the 3rd, so Friday. So she's had her hair done. One of the carers actually did it for her. So, it looks really good. And so she's going out, she was going out for a meal. So, I don't know how that went. Hopefully it went okay. But if you remember, I mentioned she went out for a meal for my niece after she passed her exams. Apparently they're taking her to the same place, which I didn't think they would do. I thought they'd take her to a proper restaurant, but now they're taking her to the pub. So hopefully this time they won't stick her in front of a speaker or next to the TV. But I won't find out until I phone her on Saturday. But hopefully she got spoiled and had a good time. So I did FaceTiming with her. So the last time I FaceTime with my mum was Christmas, because obviously my brother needs to be there to set it up. She doesn't know what she's doing with the FaceTime. She's looking well. So she's still doing physio. Apparently trying to get her walking now without having to use a stick. So I don't know how many more sessions that she got. I didn't get a chance to ask her. And then they're then actually going to look at her left arm and see if they can get anything going with that. So, which is good. Hopefully they can do something for her. And I do apologise. I keep headbutting the phone, camera. So, as I say, I will be starting my college later on today. It's online, so I can start it whenever I want to. I've done that stitch completely wrong. So that's going to be interesting. I got a message from them to say that, well, they said originally I enrolled on Thursday. I did say Friday on my update video. I enrolled on Thursday. And they said from Friday morning, I will get an email through saying that I'm all enrolled and that I can start the course. I didn't get that till Friday afternoon. And then they've also told me I have to complete a English and Maths section as well. So then they know if they need to give me any extra support or not. I don't think they need to, but I think I'd be quite alright with that one. So I've got to do that first before I can even start looking at my courses, and then I've got to do an induction, online induction thing as well. So this is going to be fun. Before I can even start any of my units. But I'm looking forward to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's anything when you're just doing one colour at a time, having to count and see how far you're getting. Can you see? You probably can't even see. Way down to the bottom. So I've got a couple of questions. I'll say these ones have been from a while ago, so apologies if they've taken time to do. I have a couple of questions. So the first question I have is from the awesome name Darth Vader Stitcher, who asks, do I use ball tip needles, and if so, how do you end your thread? So I use ball tip needles on a couple of my pieces, mainly my supersized tiger family. And how I end my thread is I undo it from the ball tip needle and put it into one of these normal needles and have it in my pin stitch or run it under the back. I have not mastered running the thread under the back with a ball tip needle yet. It just doesn't seem to want to go for me, so I just switch the needle out and change to just a normal needle so I can end them, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. But yeah, it's not easy with those ones. I've tried several times. I think it depends on how much floss you've got behind to run it through. I can't remember which piece it was. On one of the pieces there is a fair bit. I've got a fair bit of, because it's been a lot of confetti, there's a lot of floss behind, well, thread behind. So I've been able to actually thread it under them. But 9 out of 10, I just switched the needle out. A fair few people I know who use the ball tip ones do exactly the same. Just switch it out for a normal needle, just so they can end the thread. Which is a bit of a pain, but I think it needs to be done. I don't know what size needle this one is. This is the one that came with the kit, so I'm assuming it's a John James needle, I'm guessing. I couldn't tell you what size. It's easy for me to thread the eye. I'm still having problems just lately trying to thread the eye of about the floss through the needle. I don't know why. Yeah, I got a good run of doing it, and then all of a sudden I just can't thread the needle to save my life. So needless to say, my needle thread is getting a lot of work done. Well, a lot of work used in it. And as you can see again, there we go. Like I say, struggling again. The struggle is real, people. The struggle is real. Now with this chart, I did take some photocopies of the chart so I can mark it off. And then I was going to go to, we have a place over here called Office Works where you can get photocopies done, because these are on like A3 sized pieces of paper. And I'm thinking, why do I need to go and get them photocopied? Because it's not like I can reproduce this anyway, because it doesn't give you the DMC numbers or anything. That's one thing with the Thea Gouverneur ones, they don't give you the chart colours that they're using. So well, it makes no difference then, does it, if I colour it in on the hard copy or make a photocopy. So I'm just going to start colouring it in on the hard copy. So which might make it easier, because then I can see exactly where the pages line up. Because obviously when you photocopy things yourself, you've got to try and work out where the two pages meet together. Am I in view? Nope. There we go. I got my computer desk, so that's all set up. So you'd think I'd be using my overhead one, but no, I'm still using my phone for now. Yeah, the desk is all set up. It wasn't an expensive desk, it was only a cheap one. But it'll do for me. It's only to sit my computer on for doing my studies, and obviously for attaching my overhead camera for doing my stitch with me's when I eventually get around to doing that. Right, next question. So the next one's from June, who asks, when you pick a chart, what motivates a choice? Is it colour, size, or subject size? So for me, picking a chart is generally what just leaps out at me. So I don't go for a particular, well, I wouldn't say I go for a particular subject, but as you know, most of mine seem to be animals. But I don't go for a particular subject. I just go looking through, and if something jumps out at me and I was like, ooh, I like that one, then that's how I pick my charts. Or I think, ooh, that one would look good if I stitch that for somebody else. I'm trying to work out if it's raining or not, so bear with me. I don't think it is. I think it's just the roof warming up. That's the only thing we have on a metal roof. When you're expecting rain, and the sun's out as well, so it's warming up so the metal creaks. And you're like, now is that rain hitting the roof, or is it just the roof warming up? But I don't think it's rain. So yeah, there's nothing that really motivates me towards a chart. As I say, it's just if I see something and I like it, it's like, ooh, I won't mind stitching that for me, or ooh, I know someone will like the piece. So that's how I choose my charts. Although, as I say, Heaven and Earth did have a sale on. I don't know if it's still on. And people in the Facebook group were showing what they've been getting, and some of them have picked some really, really nice charts. And it's like, ooh, I like that one. But as you know, I'm on a no chart buying for a year. I think I've got enough charts at the moment to be going on with. And everyone's like, oh, just go and have a look. You don't have to buy anything. It's like, nope, because I know me. If I go and have a look, I will be buying. So I have avoided all sales at all costs. But come January, you never know. But by then, I may have something else planned. We will see. Right, just ask that question. So the next one is from Danielle, who is the Cardiff teacher, who's also a floss tuber, who asks, does your mum like plants? How about buying her some plants or flowers for her so she can pot them for her birthday? So my mum's not really a big plant person. She doesn't mind plants. I always send her a bunch of flowers for her birthday. Well, 9 out of 10 said to my brothers. So she likes those flowers. Some plants, I say, when I was over there, I was always in the garden. Same as my twin brother. I was always in the garden, pottering around, doing something or other. So some of the plants she used to like. Mainly she liked the really vibrant coloured ones. So some of them she liked. We used to have a wisteria growing over a pergola. And she used to moan like mad about the wisteria, but as soon as it flowered, she loved it. But unfortunately that had to go because the pergola rotted. I mean, that was up for about 10 years or so. It was one that my other brother built me. So that rotted, so that had to come down. So that's while I've been over here. So my brother said he was getting another one, but where he's going to put it, I have no idea. Well, yeah, she likes those. And I used to have a Japanese maple, red one. And she used to like that one as well. That one I had for years and years and years, and all of a sudden it just died. No idea why. Now, apparently my elder brother's meant to be getting me mum one for her birthday, so I don't know if he has or not, because she misses seeing it. So I won't know again until next weekend when I find if she got that. But yeah, so my mum's not a big plant lover. It's like she doesn't really have plants in the house, unless it's in a vase. When I was there, obviously I had my orchids, so she used to like those. I had a mini orchid. I can't remember what kind it was now. And that one, it just used to flower and flower and flower. And once the flower stems were done, you cut the flower stems off, and then a couple of weeks later, it's got another flower stem starting. So it was near enough always in flower, and she really, really liked that one. Now, when I left, my twin brother decided he was going to get rid of majority of my orchids because he didn't know how to look after them, and he didn't have the time to look after them. So I don't know what's left and what's not, but I know he kept the one that my mum really liked in the kitchen, so I know he's kept that one. But with regards to the others, I think they've all gone. So next one's from Jodie, who asked, do we have second-hand shops or pawn shops over here? This was when I was on about getting a laptop. So we do have second-hand shops. I don't know about pawn shops, I'm assuming there will be, yeah. I know they have like CX and stuff like that. But to be fair, every time I've gone into a second-hand shop, most of it's been trash. I don't know why they're selling half of it. So you can go in like the shop, and then a couple of months later go in and have a look again, and half the stuff is still there because it's just trash. It really is. So I don't know why they sell stuff. Obviously they don't go through and look at it as to what's there. They just stick it out once it's been had the donation, well, once it's been donated, and hope that someone will buy it. I mean, they even sell like speakers for stereos, where one will be in perfect condition and the other one will be completely trashed, but they'll sell them as a pair. And it's like, why? Just bin them. They're no good. But I know it's sort of raise money for like the charities and stuff like that, but some of them are just rubbish. But they're not very big charity shops over here. I've never seen any kind of crafty stuff in there. It's all clothes and furniture and stuff like that. I've never seen any kind of craft stuff, unless I'm looking in the wrong kind of charity shops, I don't know. The next one's from Angela, who asks, do me and Shane get to go out together much? And the answer to that is not really. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to the weekends, he generally goes over to his sister's and potters around over there, and I stay here and stitch. Bearing in mind, for the last, I've been over it almost 3 years, we live together and work together, so we're near enough with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So sometimes having just that extra time apart is good. So it's not very often we get to go out far anyway, because where we live, as I say, it's quite remote. There's not much around, to be fair. So if we want to do anything, we've got to drive a fair bit to do it. So every now and then we will go to one of the local shopping centres and go and have a look around. Or maybe to Bunnings, which is a hardware store over here. But whereas like going to like the beach or anything like that, it's a long way to get to the beach. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours drive. So, so yeah, generally we don't go out that much. Maybe when eventually we get back down to the coast, which is where I'm hoping to move back down to at some point, we'll probably start doing more stuff then, because we can just get in the car and go. We haven't got far to drive to get to places. But again, in Australia, if you're driving and it's like an hour or less, it's pretty close. Anything up to like 3 hours is medium. Anything over 3 hours is at the other end of the country. Right, where am I now? Here. So the next one is from Renee, who asked what classes will I be taking in college. So if you've not seen my update, or if you didn't watch my lesson, I think I answered it in my last Stitch With Me anyway. I'm going to be doing accountancy, bookkeeping and payroll. So it all comes under one class. I was just looking to do accountancy really, and maybe payroll, but it all comes under the same category at the college, so I don't mind. Just gives me more options for jobs. Because obviously I don't see myself staying at the timber yard forever. I'll have one of the lads who works there. He's been there over 20 years. He hates the place, but he's still there. Actually, I think he's even been there more than 20 years, because he's been there 20 years at the moment, but he did leave. And the boss was finding out wanting him to come back. So I don't know how long he's actually been there altogether, but he's been there a while. So yeah, so hopefully this time next year I'll be in a new job. So Bronwyn asked for me to do a Stitch With Me on this one, or on Tiger of the Heavens piece, because she likes the dark fabric pieces. So here you go, Bronwyn, this one's for you. So the next one again is from Danielle. Now this is, I mentioned in the video that she's commented on this one, that it was 25 degrees in winter, which obviously in the UK is summer weather. So she asked if it gets really humid over here, and the answer to that is yes. So one of the sayings over in Australia is if the heat don't get you, the humidity will. It gets really humid. At the moment, obviously it's not. Once it gets into summertime, it gets really humid. It's horrible. So you'll go to bed at night time and your bed feels wet because of the humidity. And it's not from having an accident in the bed, before anyone says anything. I've gone too far with stitches, should have counted first. So yeah, and then it's like you get your clothes dried on the line, they dry really, really quickly, but then by the end of the day, they feel damp again. So it's really horrible with the humidity, especially living in like this old Queenslander that we're in. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the houses. I suppose it depends as well if you have your windows and doors open all the time and all that lot. But yeah, it can get really, really humid over here, and it's horrible. It's like you can get out of the shower, dry yourself off, 2 seconds later you're wet again. So yeah, so the humidity over here is really bad. I don't know if it's like that in the whole of Australia, but that's what it's like in Queensland anyway. I mean, really should probably invest in getting a dehumidifier. I mean, there is the option on the aircon, I think, to have it as a dehumidifier, but you can't have the dehumidifier on at the same time as having the aircon on, so it kind of defeats the object of having it on there. So yeah, we may have to invest in a dehumidifier, I think, just to keep the clothes clean. So I'm gonna say in summertime, you wash your clothes, put them away, and you pull them out. It could only be maybe a couple of days from when you put them away, and you know when they get that like fusty smell from being damp. If you bring them in too quickly and put them away, so sometimes they get the fusty smell. You're like, oh, that needs to go back in the wash again. But saying that, half my clothes that I brought over from the UK, they still smell fresh. So I don't know if it's obviously the detergent and softness that they use over here or what, but yeah, the ones that I brought from the UK still smell fresh as the day that they were washed over in the UK, and that was like 3 years ago. So obviously must have a better soap powder or something over there. Let's do this, I know I won't do it. Next question. So next one's from Donna, who asks, what size ball tip needle do you prefer on 25 count? She's looking again the number 28, and she'll be doing it 1/1 full cross. So I use 28 needles for everything. So even in the ball tip needles, I get a size 28. So on 25 count, you'll be fine, because I use the 28 on a 28 count and on the 25 count. So you'll be fine with the 28, number 28 ball tip needle. So yeah, like I say, unless the needle comes in a kit, I won't use a size 28. If it comes in a kit, I'll generally use that one, unless I think it's too big, and then I'll switch it out for a 28. With the Northern Lights one, because they're using 3 strands of floss, that one I just use the one that came with a kit. It just makes it easier. This part I'm stitching at the moment looks like it's going to be some kind of alcove part in the building. So she always asks as well for a stitch with me on native wolf, which I did last week. Obviously, don't think I had as many questions as I thought. Next one again is from Danielle. So maybe this one I may have to do a show in my next video. But she asked where I keep all the fabric, excess fabric, when stitching on my supersized tiger family. So that one, the bottom part is just rolled up and tucked under the graham guard, and then obviously I've got those magnetic cable ties holding it in. The excess part to the right is folded up kind of neatly. And then how I've got that done, I've got it kind of folded up and then folded in half, and then I have that secured with 2 of the magnetic cable ties around the ends. So actually I have it here, so I might as well show you. Let me just zoom you out a minute. So this is supersized. So under there I have everything. I have it folded up, but I fold it up neatly, and then that's just tucked under there. Same as at the top, not as neat. And then for the excess to the other side, I have it folded up neatly, and then I folded it back on itself again, and then I have 2 of the magnetic cable ties tied around, and then when I'm stitching it just sits at the side of me like that, so it's not in the way. So that's how I keep that excess fabric out of the way. Get rid of a tiger cat here. Thank you. Oh, Karen also wanted to see me working on this one. So, Karen, you will really enjoy working on this one. But as I say, the only thing with Thea Gouverneur is they don't tell you what colours are what. And with this one, you just get a bunch of colours all stuck together. I'll show you. I did do a review of this, but they just give you like, this isn't the one, but they give you like a bunch of colours like this, all just stuck together. And then you've got to try and figure out which symbol it belongs to. And with the London one, you have a fair few of the light colours. So you're forever trying to work out which colour is which. So that you can put it back with the other one. So yes, so that's the only downside to the Thea Gouverneur ones. It would be nice if they told you which colour was what, or they grouped them all together at the same colour and put a label on, rather than just throwing it all in. Now, you know, I don't know if you have it where you are. I know they do in the UK, but they have like a little plastic sticky part on your bread and stuff like that that sticks together. That's how it is with the floss. It's all just looped together, and then one of those stuck around the end. So you've got to split that open and then try and figure out which colour's which. As I say, so you need really good light, because some of them, as I say, you can't tell really the difference between them depending on the light. So it's like here, there's two different shades here. Now looking in the camera, you can see this one's a little bit darker than this one, but when you're trying to pull them out, you're like, which one's this one? And you sit there for ages trying to work out which one's which. Put that in the wrong spot. So this is from Caroline, who says, non-stitchy related question, but how many tattoos do you have, and what are their meaning? So I have 2, 4, 6. 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't. 4, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 tattoos. So, no particular meaning. I have a dolphin on my right shoulder, which at the time it looked really, really good. Now it looks like a pile of rubbish, so that needs covering over. This one was back in 2000 when I got that one, when I was in Blackpool. On my left shoulder I have a tiger's head. That one looks pretty cool, although I don't get to see very often because obviously it's on my back. I have one of my first tattoos is a wizard, which is on my left top arm, bicep, whatever you call it, there. And then I have my panther on my bottom arm, which is this one, which doesn't really look like a panther nowadays, so that one needs covering up. On my top of my right arm used to be a Taz, because I like Tasmanian Devil. So it used to be Taz, but it didn't really look like a Taz. That was my very first tattoo when I was 18. So I've got that one covered over, and the one that I've got it covered over, it just looks like a black blob. Well, mess, really. It was meant to be tribal, and it was meant to have a Celtic knot in the middle. And the tattooist designed it all. It looked really, really good, but then he couldn't do it, so one of his colleagues were doing it, and he did the outline. He says, does that look all right? I was like, for the outline of the stuff, yep, that looks fine. And then he did it and didn't put the big knot in the middle, because the knot was meant to be colourful. And when the main bloke come back, he went, what happened to the knot? He went, oh, I can't be bothered with doing that. So he just filled it all in black, so it just looks like a black mess. So I do kind of need to get that fixed as well. So yeah, I don't have much luck with tattoos. And then I've got my lion on my right forearm. So that one looks pretty cool. Everyone likes that one. And then on my chest, I have a small little imp, which needs redoing because I had that one done and I used to wear a jumper, and obviously until the tattoo's healed, you're not meant to wear anything that your scabs will catch onto. Well, I just had a jumper on and it pulled half the colour out, so that one needs refixing. And then on my right leg, top half of the leg, I have a tiger fighting a dragon, and that's all done in black and white. That one looks really good. So, but I do want to get another tattoo done at some point. What I want to do is the one where my wizard is. It's on my left arm. I want to get half a sleeve done, so for the top half, which will cover up the wizard. But I want him to have a realistic tattoo. I've seen a couple, obviously big cats related, so we'll see how we go. But over in Australia, it's not cheap to get a tattoo, so we will see if that materialises. They do have a place over here now called Celebrity Ink, and they're meant to be one of the best for doing tattoos. I don't know if they are or not, but I'm assuming they're not cheap either. So we'll see. At some point I will get my tattoo fixed. Well, one of them, and then I've just got the other ones to sort out. No. So yes, so to answer your questions, I have 8/9, because one's already been covered up with another horrible one that needs covering up. So no, they don't have any meanings. I just go in and say, oh, I like that one. The same as like I would pick my cross-stitch charts. Oh, I like that one. I like that. 45 minutes already. Wow, this is going really quick. So this was from Helen, so I'm just going to answer this one. She asked if I get a college email address, because I said I needed to get the Microsoft Office, because you can get the Office 365 edition for free if you do. No, I don't. You don't get a college email address because you're just using your own, and I'm not actually at the college building. So no, I don't get a college email address. So for the Office, I've had to go out and buy that one. But I just bought the student one because I'm not paying a reoccurring fee. It's just a one-off fee for that one. I think I'm coming towards the end of the... Dawn has asked me to do a stitch with me on the koala sunset piece, which I will do. I was actually thinking about that earlier on. And that's all the questions. Wow, didn't have as many as I thought I did. So, where are we up to? This was up to 47 minutes already, so instead of threading a new piece, I'll leave this one here. Don't know how many stitches I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe about 90 stitches ish. Well, not too bad going. That's part of my 5,000 that I need to do on this piece. So yeah, this one's going to take me a while to get my 5,000 done. So, but that's this one done. So I'm going to leave this one here. So again, any questions, comments, please feel free to drop those down below. And I will get back to you on those ones. So I'm going to do my other stitch with me later on. So it will probably, any questions will not be done till the following week. So let's zoom out so you can see what we're up to. So what we've done this little bit here, in here, this top part here, and a bit under this. So not bad going. So we'll see where we get to. I'll work some more on this week. And see where we can get to on this one. After as well marking everything off on the original pattern so I know where I'm up to. But again, any questions, comments, please feel free to drop those down below. Or send me an email. Again, that's linked down below as well, instead of going through it all the time. And on Instagram, you can send me a message on there as well. Again, that is linked in the description box down below. So I hope you all have a good stitchy week. This will be up on Tuesday, and then I should be back, fingers crossed, Thursday with my next one. All being well. I'm going to try and get that one done a little bit later on today. So I should definitely have both of those done. So until my next video, whether it be my stitch with me or my update, stay safe, happy stitching, take care, and until next time, thanks for watching guys. Bye bye for now.